It is free. The team at Santa Monica Studio are fans of their fans and are offering this DLC, God of War Ragnarok Valhalla, as a gift to the community, and you will be able to download it in just 5 days on December 12th.
What did I tell you guys? I told you guys the moment I finish Ragnarok, it doesn't seem complete. The story, there's more to it. I was the only one saying that. Probably I was the only one who said that. But I was getting bombarded by lots of people through messages and comments saying that Santa Monica says they will not release any DLC, and that Santa Monica says that they've wrapped up the Norse saga in just 2 games instead of 3. But I was like, okay, then where is Atreus? What's going to happen to the 9 realms? How do we get on Sindri's good side again? And most of all, now that we have found Tyr, the real Tyr, the only god other than Kratos who has traveled to other pantheons and back, are we just gonna leave it up in the air and move on to Egypt or whatever next we're headed? No, there has to be something. And that's when I started doing my research and I figured out that Santa Monica was working on like multiple different projects. I believe the number was 9. And out of those multiple projects, some of them were God of War related. And that gave me hope. This is back like a year ago or something. And that gave me hope that probably there is something planned for DLC. If not that, then maybe the next game is going to take, part of it will take place in the Norse saga and then move on to the next pantheon. And that's what it was. And a few days before the Game Awards, I did a whole video in which I was like, all right, there are these leaks and I believe these leaks to be true, and I am going to say that it's going to be, God of War is going to be revealed. Whether it's a DLC or a small game like Miles Morales, but it will be there. I was like very mature, and that's the reason I streamed the entire show, because I wanted to see if I was right. And guess what? I was.
There's a very nice holiday surprise from PlayStation. Kratos and Mimir are headed to Valhalla in an adventure that blends God of War Ragnarok's combat with elements inspired by the roguelike genre for an emotional, unexpected, and fun new twist. And yes, as you saw, it is free.
We are finally getting the epilogue to Ragnarok. I'm hoping that this DLC will complete the Norse saga by wrapping everything up. However, I'm curious to know as to how it will all happen with just Kratos and Mimir. But Santa Monica gave us this early holiday gift, and I am loving it. God of War Ragnarok Valhalla is a free DLC and is coming out on December 12th this year. Kratos is brought to the mysterious shores of Valhalla after Atreus' departure, where he will enter its unknown depths and overcome trials within himself and echoes of his past. Meaning, you will see him reflecting on his past, and I'm guessing his Spartan life. Just look at the Cyclops. And I have so many questions. What is this emotional, unexpected, and brand new twist? Will we be meeting someone unexpected? And what exactly is Valhalla? Like, there was no Valhalla for Odin, but there is one for Kratos, even though he's alive?
I don't know where I go when I go. There's no Valhalla for me. Ragnarok cannot be the end. I need to know there's something more than this. I need to know.
Oh my god, I need my questions answered. God of War Ragnarok Valhalla will be an epilogue to the events of God of War Ragnarok that follows Kratos on a deeply personal and reflective journey. Yes, give us more of the inside guy about all of his things, what he did, why he did, the anger, the frustrations, and preferably how he got to the Norse world. Set after the decisive battle against Odin and Atreus' departure, Kratos has seen a path for himself that he never thought possible before. Brought to the mysterious shores of Valhalla, accompanied only by Mimir, Kratos will enter its unknown depths to overcome trials within himself and face echoes of his past. My god. If this past has got anything to do with his Spartan life, oh my god, it's going to be epic. Because I think the music gave it away in the reveal trailer. That music was from the original God of War trilogy. And it was absolutely amazing to hear that. Plus, we also got the Cyclops, right? So, I think we will see some of his enemies or I don't know, maybe some other people he knows from the past. It would be awesome to see the Oracle or Athena or, I don't know, Zeus. Let's see what it is. But I just want this DLC to also wrap up the Norse story, right? So that we finally find some closure to all of his. Maybe it's just from his side of things, right? It doesn't have to involve Sindri or anyone else for that matter, but from his side, we just get that sense of closure that he's done what he could, and now it's time to move on. Okay, so the combat has been reimagined. The team here at Santa Monica Studio challenged ourselves to make something different from anything we have done before in God of War history. God of War Ragnarok Valhalla celebrates the combat you know and love from the God of War Ragnarok and blends it with fresh experimental elements inspired by the roguelite genre. I think it's roguelike. This probably might be a typo. Anyways, so roguelike elements combined with God of War, it just brings to mind Niflheim, right? The Niflheim from the 2018 God of War, the everything that you did in Niflheim, right? So if the time ran out and you didn't collect all of the things that you were supposed to collect, I can't remember what those were, but you were supposed to collect certain artifacts and certain something, right? So if you did, you would probably lose it all and just start again at the very beginning. So I think that's probably what they're aiming at. Along the way, you'll uncover some temporary equipment or permanent buffs and equipment, something that you'll have to do again to get a hold of, and something that will be permanent, that'll stay with you until you reach the very end. So that's how I think it'll probably play out. And each attempt in Valhalla will encourage you to master different aspects of Kratos' arsenal as you face new combinations of enemies and some surprises along the way. Oh, baby, yes. Please, some nice Spartan surprises. Fight, learn, and grow. In Valhalla, defeat in combat is not the end of a warrior spirit. If Kratos falls, he will reawaken outside the doors, ready for the next try. During each attempt, you will learn and adapt to the challenges Valhalla has to offer. The more you overcome, the more resources you'll gain that can be put towards permanent upgrades that affect both Kratos and even Valhalla itself. Now, this is really interesting. So, of course, you will get some temporary buffs along the way because of certain decisions you do and certain enemies you defeat, you get certain things, right? And then you can utilize those things to something that will be a permanent upgrade. But what I'm also really surprised about is that it won't just affect Kratos, but Valhalla itself. So that's going to be interesting to see. If I were to upgrade certain things, Valhalla will play out differently. And if someone else did it in a different manner, Valhalla will be different for them. So this is something really, really exciting. Accumulating rewards and knowledge during your attempts will help you get ever closer to discovering the mysteries that await Kratos within. Cool. And I believe this image here is probably a strength buff, something that will add to his strength, perhaps a checkpoint of sorts. The shore of Valhalla humbles all those who wish to enter, except for Odin, because he specifically said that he can't enter Valhalla, like, even after he died. And I just don't understand, how is Kratos at Valhalla? For Mimir it makes sense, but don't you have to be dead if you have to enter Valhalla? So, yeah, again, I don't know how this is going to work out. Alright, continuing on. Kratos can cast off his armor and must cast off his armor and equipment, and instead build towards both per attempt and permanent rewards. Kratos will have access to all his weapons and fully upgraded skill trees at all times, but must commit to a shield and Path of Spartan Rage for each attempt. As you overcome the trials of Valhalla and explore its depth, you will make choices between temporary glyphs for which stats to upgrade, which perks to select, which runic attacks to wield, and more. Each attempt can play out differently based on the rewards you choose, or keep your strategy in mind when making selections. Wise preparation, adaptability to the challenge at hand, and command of your abilities will be the keys to mastery. Okay, so this is really interesting. So basically, it's got nothing to do with your armor, so there will be no perks when it comes to your armor, your chest piece, your waist, and your arms, right? That's got nothing to do with it. And what's going to happen is, like, every time you move forward, you will have to select a certain shield, right? Which one you want, whether you want to deflect, whether you want to guard, depending upon your choice, and a Spartan rage, whether you want to go all rage or just the Valor one. So it's really interesting. And as you go forward, I guess this is that glyph that they were talking about, right? So it's going to add, you'll probably get some stat buffs along the way. And you'll even have to select which runic attacks to wield. This is really interesting. And every time you make certain things, you decide to move forward with a shield but a different rage, it's going to have different outcomes. And this is really interesting. So it's going to be more of a going back and forth and figuring out the right set of all of this, all of these skills and equipment, and making sure you have everything right for a set fight. Like, I don't know, you might encounter some enemy type and you would be like, oh my, I should have brought a different equipment, I should have brought a different shield for this. So this is really interesting, of course. And then you've got play in style. Armor in Valhalla is for appearances only. Yeah, I just talked about that, so it's just for appearances. So don't hold back when customizing for style. Unlock different looks, then mix and match your favorites between attempts to get Kratos looking fighting fit for all your photo mode needs. Okay, this is really nice. So it's all about customization. It's got nothing to do with no perks at all when it comes to armor, because you'll be selecting perks differently each time you die or start anew. Choose your challenge. So God of War Ragnarok Valhalla has 5 difficulty settings that have been specifically crafted and tuned to the unique gameplay of the DLC. Each difficulty setting increases the rewards you'll gain from battle, and you can swap freely between them, between attempts, including to and from the highest difficulty setting, Show Me Mastery. Wow. So basically there's a higher tier than Give Me God of War, and that is Show Me Mastery. And the best thing about this is, like, if you were playing on Give Me God of War in the base game, if you decided to change your difficulty to an easier one, you cannot go back to Give Me God of War. But here it says that you can freely switch between difficulties. So perhaps if you figure out that this at this specific difficulty I'll get this perk or this boost or whatever, I can go with this, and because this boost isn't really required, I can go easy on it. That's really interesting. So you can switch between, in between the game, whether you want to take it easy or if you want to go on full Show Me Mastery. As your skills grow, we encourage you to try out some of the higher difficulties to earn more rewards and test your mastery over Kratos' arsenal. Between the 5 options, you will be able to select the level of challenge that is most fun for you. To help further customize your gameplay, this is where I am. So, to help further customize your gameplay experience, the DLC will continue God of War Ragnarok's standard for accessibility settings. Cool. So we can basically get those lock-ins and the camera lock and all that kind of stuff. That's really good to know. Play at any time. God of War Ragnarok Valhalla is a separate experience from God of War Ragnarok, so you don't need to worry about going in without certain upgrades, equipment, or story progress. If you think the DLC sounds fun, you can jump in at any time. However, if you are concerned about narrative or gameplay spoilers, we do recommend that you finish God of War Ragnarok first, as God of War Ragnarok Valhalla serves as an epilogue to the story of the base game. Yes, this is good. If you haven't played the game, you can just jump in and finish this off, right? This is good news. However, what seems to be interesting is, like, I don't think you need to have, like, through the base game you need to access this. Maybe you just download it and play it separately. It has got nothing to do with the base game. As in, you don't have to go to the base game and then go and get on a quest or something. But I don't know. It depends on the file size. I don't know what the file size is. Perhaps it's a separate thing, or perhaps it's you have to go to Valhalla through the main base game. So we'll see how this plays out. And then, gift to the fans. If you own God of War Ragnarok, you will be able to download God of War Ragnarok Valhalla for free on December 12th on the PlayStation Store. On behalf of everyone at Santa Monica Studio, we want to wish everyone a happy holiday and extend our heartfelt gratefulness for the incredible support you've shown us over the past year. We truly are fans of our fans. That's nice. Not many studios say that. And we hope that you enjoy God of War Ragnarok Valhalla when it comes out next week. we can't wait for you to play and share your experience with us by using God of War, Ragnarok Valhalla, or GOWRV on social. And that's about it. So, a very, very interesting DLC, I'd say for sure. And this is Santa Monica's first ever DLC. So, it is free. Yeah, and we'll have to see whether it lives up to the hype. We have to see whether it's just Kratos and Mimir, right? We know they're there for sure, right? But there are surprises along the way, and I'm just hoping for so many things to happen. But on top of all of this, I just want the Ragnarok story to come to a conclusion, so that, or the best thing that can happen is that they lay the foundation for the next game. I mean, that would create so much hype. For the next entry in the God of War series. It's going to be incredible. So what are your thoughts? What do you think about this free DLC? Will you be playing? And most of all, will you be watching me play it? Will you be checking out my guides? Because I can tell you, I'm going to tear this DLC down to bits, right? And let's see if we find more tough bosses like Gunnar or Kraki. It's going to be interesting. So please let me know what your thoughts are. Are you as hyped as I am? Because I was feeling like a little girl when this was announced live on the Game Awards. Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you like this video, please leave a like. Please let me know your thoughts on this DLC, whether you'll be playing it. What do you think is going to happen with the story? How will Santa Monica round everything off in this epilogue? Or do you think we'll still have something left for the next mainline title to address? As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you when this DLC releases. In fact, who knows? Maybe a bit earlier.